Parliament session started today. This is the monsoon session of Parliament. It starts from the 5th of August and goes on till the 30th of August. That actually means about 25 days. But effectively, working days are only 16. One is already over, so there are 15 days left. It's going to be an aggressive run rate required for the government because they need to have 44 bills passed in 15 days. That means they have to pass at least 3 bills per day. A very tall order for a government which is looking at proceedings on day one of the monsoon session, disruptions from within with its own members of parliament pushing for smaller states. All of this could not have come at a worse time. Certainly not good news for the Congress, which is looking to pass its food bill and is not going to get too much of help from the BJP or from the TMC for that matter. Both sides represented on the Newshour tonight by Ravi Shankar Prasad and Derek O'Brien. And Mr. P.C. Chacko is our opening speaker and spokesperson, member of parliament of the Congress party. You see, Mr. Chacko, I know you are in a tearing hurry, but you were not in a hurry for 9.5 years. I know you want to pass 44 bills now, but it is your problem, it's not the opposition's problem. And I know that you want to pass the food bill, but that is your party's priority. It need not translate into the priority of parliament. So, Mr. Chacko, whatever is happening now in the situation you are in is your own problem. It's your own creation. Even, Mr. Chacko, I know it's a long question, let me say this, even the disruptions are your own problem. Because today there were Congress MPs from Simandra and elsewhere who were there in the floor of the House. So the disruptions are also yours, the problem is yours, the policy paralysis is yours, the bad flow management is yours. Why are you blaming the opposition?
We are not Arnav. In fact, finding fault with anybody is no solution. In fact, all the bills which are listed for this session, it may be a very heavy agenda, but none of the bills before the parliament, anybody can say that this is not acceptable, this is not important. The matter remains that, the way this parliament is functioning, in spite of the best effort from the government side, we are not able to transact business, and the accumulated arrears now before us. And this session, we feel that it is the responsibility not only of the ruling party alone, but of the whole parliament. Whatever be the position taken by respective parties, if they want to oppose the.
But your own MPs are not listening to you. Today there were Congress MPs from the Simandra region. You can't even control them.
True. No, we are in a democracy. We know that when Telangana was sanctioned, the other side also will agitate. And the right to agitate to the protest is there, Now, our party is a democratic party. We do not rule out this right to any members. But with all these things, we have to, it is not a one party's issue. This problem is there in almost all the parties. And no party can discipline their party members because we don't suppress the opinion in that fashion.
No,
so the problem is that with all these things.
So there is then it's only rhetoric. Then what? Then the Prime Minister saying we want a constructive and productive session of Parliament when you can't control your own MPs is itself self-contradictory. Let's get Ravi Shankar Prasad in. Mr. Prasad, we've got 15 days left. 15 days left. 44 bills, many of which are important even from the opposition's perspective. Why don't you be a little forthcoming, make a priority list of bills and then let the government get these bills through and then you disrupt the House as much as you want?
First of all, we don't wish to disrupt. We have told in the all-party meeting to the Prime Minister, to Mr. Kamal Nath, that as you have rightly suggested, please prioritize the bill. You forgot 5 ordinances in addition to 44 bills. Please prioritize, have a fast track, we are willing to cooperate. But Arnav, as you rightly pointed out, when the Congress cannot control its own members, today the whole day was wasted in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha because the way they have mishandled the whole issue of Telangana. We are for Telangana. But when political considerations and politicking overtakes conviction, then these problems arise. You mentioned about Lok Sabha, or no, I'm sorry to say that Congress members from Andhra Pradesh in the Rajya Sabha almost came to blows when the House ultimately session ended. I had to intervene to completely prevent this from happening. Arnav, I would like to highlight one thing. It is very important that through you, your viewers need to know. During the regime of Mr. Vajpayee and Mr. Advani, 3 new states were created: Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand. In my state of Bihar, Lalu Prasad said, Jharkhand over my dead body. Advaniji Atalji persuaded all. We did not come to power in Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand. Congress came to power, Ajit Jogi and Mr. Narendra Tiwari in 2002. But we came by conviction, we built a consensus, and thereafter there was no rumbling at all. Here what Congress did was, tried to score a point, then ultimately denied for 2 years, and suddenly let us score a point in Telangana. I'm sorry, Mr. Chako, your Congress government or your Congress party, please don't play with politics because it is a sensitive issue. You have created a problem in Telangana, one-upmanship, and we have a problem in Simandra.
Is that the case, or is the opposition a little nervous about the possible impact of the food bill? You see, for example, if the food bill comes through, then Sonia Gandhi will take the credit for it. And if the Congress party takes the credit for it, then it affects the prospects of every party, including, for example, the TMC. Which is why on trivial issues that you may find that the TMC will be with you.
I'm happy you have asked me this question. Which is why
disruption. No, which is because last time I remember, just to get Derek into this, that I heard that Sudeep Bandyopadhyay said on the very first day of the House on April 22nd, he said, we will stall the House from the first day and on all days. Now, however angry the Trinamool Congress may have been about what happened outside the Planning Commission with that attack on Mamata Banerjee, is this the appropriate approach to have? Are you going to reduce Trinamool Congress, Derek O'Brien, Parliament to what is happening in the West Bengal Assembly, where your MLAs came to blows with the CPM in December last year? Do you want that kind of a situation to happen?
Firstly, Honorable, I'm disappointed you're quoting history selectively, but I won't get into, I won't quibble with you on that. I think the bigger point is, let me first state that the Trinamool Congress is very keen that Parliament functions.
Everybody says that.
The truth of the matter is that in September 2012, when the Trinamool Congress walked out of this government, the UPA-2 effectively became a minority-led UPA government led by the Congress. So they know they are in a minority, and yet they are playing these political gimmicks. And when you're playing political gimmicks, well, Parliament is where you have to finally answer. And I will tell you something without quoting a very senior minister who spoke to me off the record. The problem today in Parliament is not with BJP stalling it, or Trinamool, or JDU, or any other party. The problem today is when Telangana will be, like tomorrow it's listed to be discussed in the Rajya Sabha. I want to ask the Congress, it's listed to be discussed in the Rajya Sabha. Do they really want to discuss it? Because if they discuss it, I'm afraid this Congress and the BJP will not come to blows. It will be a same-side goal, and the Congress will come to blows. So I'm afraid if you know you're in a minority, then don't do political gimmicks. Don't play with fire, because then it will blow up in your own face. And that is what is happening today in Parliament. We want Parliament to run tomorrow. Let me make it absolutely clear. We want Parliament to run tomorrow. There are three things, I can speak for the Rajya Sabha, there are three things listed. There is a Telangana discussion, we want it. There is discussion on the Uttarakhand disaster, we want it. And there's legislation on the companies bill. Yes, yes, yes. But how will the Congress run it tomorrow? That's the big question.
Yes, Mr. Chako, you had 3 disruptions in 3 hours. You know what happened in the Rajya Sabha today? I think there were 2 disruptions in the question hour and 1 in the pre-lunch session. And the entire problem is coming from within the Congress. In fact, if I may say so, Mr. Chako, the biggest talk today is about the divide between the government and the party on the issue of Durga Shakti Nangpal, and the divide within the party on the issue of Telangana. What is happening between the UPA-2 and the government and within UPA-2, sir? Why are you blaming the opposition?
No, in fact, Arnav, again I am repeating that we are not blaming anybody, and we admit that there is difference in our party on this issue, especially on the issue.
Sir, who disrupted the House today? Will you tell Ravi Shankar Prasad who disrupted the House today? Congress or BJP? Let's get it right now. Who's disrupting the House today?
Let me put the record straight.
Arnav, we kept on sitting quietly for the whole day.
There you are, Mr. Prasad. Yes, Mr. Prasad.
Yeah, I agree that. And the BJP was very, very cooperative, and we expect that they will be cooperating with the government. Derek O'Brien's party.
Who went into the well of the House?
Because we have taken up issues.
Who went into the well of the House? Who trooped into the well of the House?
We admit that we have problem in our party, differences about
It's a big admission. PC Chako, you are admitting you have problems in your party. You are admitting your problems of discipline in your party.
No, the problem, Arnav, when this Vajpayee's government formed 3 other states, at that time also the same Andhra Telangana issue was there. Why Vajpayee government could not address that issue then? Is it a new demand for the formation of Telangana?
No. What's it? Derek O'Brien. I'll push that to Derek O'Brien because Derek O'Brien said you are indulging in gimmickry.
I must reply to it or no?
Yes, Mr. Prasad is responding.
I must reply to it.
Yes, please, Mr. Prasad.
Because he has mentioned that, yes, Telangana was raised, I was a minister then. But Mr. L.K. Advani, as the Home Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, clearly said we are supportive of Telangana, but my supporting party, TDP, is opposed to it. Therefore, we would like to take everyone on board. Therefore, we did not press it. We are quite upfront about it.
Yes.
We never hid our support to it. Unlike you, Mr. Chako, your party, for 2.5 years, delaying Telangana and suddenly trying to announce it without taking your own party on board and creating a serious discord in the entire state of Andhra Pradesh.
Do you admit, Mr. P.C. Chako, that you've completely
Even
messed it up?
today,
You've not got your priorities right, Mr. Chako? 1 minute. Is the problem that the Congress party does not have its priorities right?
Even today, Arnav,
Mr. Chako, what is your priority?
1 minute, Arnav.
Mr. Chako,
even today,
Mr.
it is
Chako,
not Congress alone.
Mr. Chako, what is your priority? Is your priority Telangana? Is your priority food bill? Is your priority insurance and pension reform? Is your priority the RTI Act to keep political parties out of the ambit? And if your priority is all of this, plus 100 plus bills which are pending.
No, in fact, Arnav, today...
No. Then you decide your
Arnav,
priority,
let us
Mr.
not forget certain
Chako.
things. Today, no, please,
See,
Arnav, certain things we are conveniently forgetting.
Like what?
BJP's partner TDP, was the first to come to the well today. So when the TDP was creating a scene in the house,
I don't know when did the TDP join the
NDA.
When did the TDP join the NDA? I don't know. I want
have your homework right.
Information.
Why are you not listening?
When did the TDP join the NDA?
Why are you not listening? TDP was the first
now
who came to the well.
9.5 years they are away from us.
They started disturbing. Very.
Mr. Chako, should I name your Lok Sabha members who came in the well?
Or no?
Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, I am not denying that. But why you did not see that your coalition partner TDP also was the first who came to the well? So when the TDP
They are not my coalition partners. They left us 10 years ago. They left us 10 years ago.
You are mentioning about your relationship.
Come on, have your facts right with the Chako.
You were mentioning about why Vajpayee did not attempt to do that because of your difference with TDP. That same situation continues today.
No, I
we are
want
quite upfront about it. We frankly said that.
We did do it.
We did not play hide and seek game.
We are not taking convenient decisions alone.
No, I want to ask the Trinamool Congress.
Also, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad ji.
No, I think Mr. Chako, I want to ask the Trinamool Congress, which side are you on? Because I thought that your party leaders went around saying there should be no disruptions in the house and that, the BJP also used to do this earlier.
Absolutely. See, Arnav, it's a little like this. If I could just break away, if you would allow me to break away from the real politics for 30 seconds and give you a cricket analogy. It's a little like the players want to play, the umpires are there, but the curator of the ground, the government is the curator of the pitch. So if the government wants to make a pitch which bounces and spins, then no one can play on that pitch.